Hello Star Citizens, Torp Rasilo here, and back in the verse, back in the cutter, of course. Fantastic little ship, and we're off on a little journey. Where can you guess where we're going? Well, you probably can. We're going to IAE down on New Babbage, because it is day 9, and it is RSI day, which is something that I think a lot of people have been really looking forward to this year, and I don't think it's any coincidence that CIG have kept RSI Day till the end, because I think a lot of people are very excited about the Galaxy. I also think, a lot of people kind of expected the Galaxy to be here, and I know it's not going to be here, but I think a lot of people are still super keen to for the Galaxy to be here, even if it's sort of like not actually able to be flown, but it's just here available. So here we go, Galaxy. I think that there'll be a lot of people buying CCUs for this, even though it's not actually available. Special offer. So you can buy different types of it. Oh, it's cheap, way cheaper than I thought it was going to be. So Galaxy Hospital, Galaxy Refinery, Galaxy Freighter, and then I'm guessing you can buy all of the bits of that to do it, to change it. Yeah, it looks exciting, it looks good, and it's very well priced. Not at all surprised that they're going very aggressive with the pricing, because I don't think there's a lot of interest in the Galaxy from a concept point of view by people at the moment. Yeah, it looks good. Looks interesting. I think the problem is that there's not a lot of interest in concept ships now, because people are wanting and not wanting to buy a ship which is going to be stuck again for ages in a queue of ships waiting to be made. People are looking for ready-made ships. So I think it's unfortunate, but I think if the Galaxy could have been here in person, that would have been a lot better. A lot of ships here, because everybody's parked here for IAE, of course. Everyone's done what I've been doing, which is just fly the Pisces down. But today we are cuttering. Man, the cutter is a little tricky. Oh, I've not got any gear down. There we go. Oh, I tell you what we need to do. We need to just what we need to do is we need to just make sure we don't screw ourselves over with the base again, which is exactly what we're going to do right now. Do I just need to move the ship? Because actually, is it better over this side, do you think? The first time I did this, I didn't have this problem. Now I've got myself into a right mess now, haven't I? So silly. Don't want to block people bringing vehicles out. And that's probably no good, because that might be alright there. Let's get out of the seat and go and have a look. I love how everybody's parked here now, because they've all realised now that that you can do this. You can just park by the door of the Commons, whereas the first couple of times when we were doing this, we were we were parking here and there was no... Okay, that's weird, but at least it means we can just jump up onto that to get in and out. So that's alright. Close. Okay, helmet off. Let's go. So yes, it looks like, just looking at the website, looks like the Galaxy is definitely a... Oh, there's the modules. So you can get the modules as well. Interesting. Refinery module, medbay module, cargo module. Very interesting. This way. Oh yes, interesting. Let's have a look at the cargo module. That says 512 SVU cargo modules. That's a good amount.
Capsule now approaching station. Stand clear of disembarking.
And they've got an upgrade offer as well on this. But the upgrade's not a war bond, so that's interesting. That guy looks a bit drunk. Yeah, so what's the... you can upgrade from a Mercury to it, obviously. Oh, sorry, I've got it on all my ships. Let's have a look. The smallest CCU you can get then to the Galaxy is from the Valkyrie. That's $5. Interesting. So it looks like the upgrade is not for a pack, the upgrade is for just the set. What we'd call the elevator. Apex Hall, yeah. So yeah, it looks like the upgrade is purely for the base ship. So that's interesting. No upgrade to a pack by the looks of it. And yes, of course, we all expected the Galaxy to be there, but it's not. I mean, that was always going to be the case. It's down there in the holo viewer. So let's go and have a look at the ship. So, of course, aside from the Galaxy for a second, which is not really anything because we kind of knew it wouldn't be. So these are the main ships that RSI has, which is the Constellation series. I think this is the Constellation Aquila, is it? Oh, this is the Andromeda. We have the Constellation Andromeda. We have the Constellation Aquila, the Constellation Taurus, and the Constellation, that's a Taurus over there, I think. The Constellation Phoenix And all of these are much of a muchness. They have a small living compartment, they have an elevator, and they have a bigger freight elevator as well. But the one that's a little bit different, and we're going to go and have a look at that now, is the Phoenix. Let's just pop over here. I think this is the Phoenix. Yeah, Constellation Phoenix. It's also the only one of them that's limited. So if you want to buy this one, you've got to be on the website at the allotted times for the waves, and then you can buy it. But nice colouring. This looks like it's had its colours updated. I don't think it was blue the last time I came in here. But yeah, this is the luxury ship. So it has luxury bedrooms, and I really like these seats here. I really like the sitting here and watching space go by through the window. I think that's really cool. A bit like business class on an aircraft. Got a bar and a table, and then over here, it did have. Oh dear, we're playing that game again. It did have. I'm sure it had a hot tub at one point here, but it doesn't seem to work. I'm sure that this here opened up into a hot tub, but it doesn't seem to work at the moment, and that at the moment is for things. I'm sure it was this button here. No, doesn't seem to be. I'm sure that's what that was there. I might be wrong, maybe I'm getting it confused. And then at the back you've got again the snub ship. So you come through these doors here, and there's your snub ship that you can get into and launch out of the back. And the other thing that's interesting is this, which is obviously the elevator and the floor. So you can go down on the elevator, and that takes you into the base of the ship. And then there's obviously the cargo bay there. Interestingly, doesn't seem to be a way to bring the cargo bay back up when it's other than jumping down and bringing it back up. No control, is that the control? Ah, yeah. So yes, this cargo bay then is underneath. It's not as big as the ones on the other ships. There we go. But it does mean that you can go up and down here now too. There we go. Up and into your ship like that. And it looks fab. So yeah, very good. Nice ship. It's a limited hull, so as I say, in order to get it, you have to be in the right place at the right time. So on the website with your store credit or your money all ready to go at exactly the second you'll get it. I don't think this one is as hard to get as some of the others. I might be wrong, but I seem to remember someone saying that it's not as hard to get as some of the others. But there you go. So I have owned a Constellation at one point. It was alright. It was good fun at the time. I wasn't a fan of the elevator. I find it very difficult to get on sometimes. However, it does have good weapons. So you can put 2 size 5 fixed and 2 gimbal size 4s, or 4 gimbal size 4s on the weapon, on the ship. So from that point of view, it's good. Let's go and have a look what's in Hall 2. So not a lot, just the Auroras and the Mantis. So the Mantis is an interesting ship. It doesn't have a lot of gun, but it does have a quantum interdiction device. So it means that if you can get someone who's quantum jumping, and you can pull them out of quantum. They're nice looking cannons. What are they? Larger version of those would look good on the front of the Corsair. But hey, we've got our attritions and they're working a treat at the moment. And that's kind of it. So a bit of a disappointment in the actual event hall for RSI Day, but and more exciting on the website with the Galaxy. The problem is that it was exciting on the website last year for the MISC Odyssey, and unfortunately that is not as exciting anymore because the no MISC Odyssey has turned up. So now we have another of the similar size ship, although this one's smaller than the Odyssey. Another similar type of ship with a very low price, lower than people expected it to be, but it's not available to buy. And I think that that low price has been done on purpose to enable people to buy it, because I think they thought if it was priced at $700 rather, people wouldn't buy it. People would just not bother. But I think by pricing it as they have at it's $350, I think, $380, or is it $400 for the upgrade, something like that. $380 for the base model. I think people are happy to do that, and I think that they'll sell a lot of them, which is what they're trying to do. They won't necessarily make it, but they're anytime soon. But they've sold them. So yeah, interesting. Very interesting. I think it looks like an amazing ship. I just don't think we'll get to fly it anytime soon. And I don't think we'll get to fly the Odyssey or any of the others anytime soon either. Because I think the biggest problem here is that until Pyro and server meshing is completed and into the game, they haven't really got anything for these ships to do, and they don't really want these big ships in the game. For whatever reason, maybe due to too many parts in them, maybe, I don't know, but I don't think we're going to see any of these ships anytime soon, which is a real shame.
Clear of disembarking passengers. Capsule now approaching station. Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
Interesting.
Doors are now closed.
So they're giving the loaner ship as the Carrack, but this is only, that again has been done. It says initially the Anvil Carrack, so that means they're going to change it. That has been done again to get people to upgrade to these, because you're getting a Carrack for 400 rather than a Carrack for 400 rather than a Carrack for 600. Interesting. I think lots of very interesting conversations will be had about this, because I think that this has been purposely put where it is price wise with the loaner that it's been given, to be incredibly attractive, because they know what's being said on Spectrum. They know what people's general thoughts are, which is no more concept ships. But by doing this, they will tempt enough people to buy this ship, to pledge money for this ship. Now obviously a lot of people are going to pay for a CCU to this ship with store credit, so that's fine, but that's not what RSI wants. What RSI wants is people to buy an actual war bond version of the ship with real money, so that new real money goes into the game. And based on the conversations that, I mean, obviously some people will do that, but based on the conversations that we've had on Spectrum the last few days, I suspect that there will be way less people wanting to do that than normal. So I think in order to mitigate that problem to a certain extent, they've priced this way lower than they see it should be. So I don't think they had initially intended for it to be only for $380 to get one as a base model. I think they have also they have also put the Anvil Carrack as the loaner, so that it tempts people again to get one, because you're getting a Carrack which would cost you 600, so it now makes people get a Carrack loaner ship dead easily. Yeah, it is very, very interesting. Very interesting. Right, let's have a look. What do I need to... I'm just checking what I've left down here, because I keep coming down here and bringing equipment, and then I don't know whether I've got enough equipment back up there, because I keep bringing it down here, leaving it down here. Someone... oh, it's someone driving. I don't think I've got anything down here I need right now. Let's head back up to the top. So what do you guys think? I mean, it's I think it looks like an amazing ship, the Galaxy. I think it looks like an amazing ship, but I think that it's a lot of the stuff has been done to try to get them sold, as opposed to anything else. This is needed in order to get the sales where they want them to be. Best ship in the game right now is this cutter. I know I've said that before, and I know it's a bit ridiculous because it's clearly not the best ship in the game, but it's so much fun. Such a good little ship. So totally pleased with this. So yeah, not sure about the Galaxy. I mean, as a ship it looks incredible. I think it looks brilliant. Not sure about it from a financial point of view, what they think they're going to get with this. It'll be interesting to see some of the chatter on Spectrum when it comes around. See what people are saying. Yeah, so 357 for the ship in Warbond on its own. That's a steal. Absolute steal. I suspect that's going to be I suspect that is going to be a lot. I suspect it's probably going to be... I've got no way of clearing their route. I suspect it's going to be $600 like the Carrack when it's launched, if not more. Or eventually. So I think a steal there to get it for 357, which is of course what they have done, what they have intended. It's tricky because on the one hand, you know, I don't on the one hand I don't have a problem with that, and on the other hand I do have a problem with it because there's 20 ships. Somebody worked out that they reckon there's 20 years of development of large ships still to go to get them in the game at the current rate. And that's just ridiculous, really. Man, this ship slows down so quickly. Just doesn't seem like it should slow down that quickly.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
You're going over there. Nearly missed there. Had a few interesting moments with the cutter. You definitely have to be careful with it, particularly when you've put it into what's it mode, Anyway, there we go. We're back. What did you think of today's show? I don't think it was very good. I'm quite surprised how little there was when we got down there, but of course the RSI doesn't really have any other ships. Oh, we never went to look at the Galaxy in the holo viewer. All that, I spent so much time talking about the Galaxy, I never went to look at it. Well, you know what? I go and look at it on the website, because it looks great on the website, and there's so much information about it. Probably don't need to go and look at it in the holo viewer. But anyway, that's it for this live stream on RSI Day. My advice, get a CCU to the Galaxy, but don't spend any real money on it, because I think you won't see it for ages. There's no war bond upgrade, which is a bit of a shame, because a war bond upgrade to it would have been a good thing, in my opinion. There we go. It always enables you to get things at a lower price. I think it's $350 with the war bonds. I mean, that's so cheap.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Again, as I said, it's been well designed to be. The planning of this from a marketing point of view has been well engineered to make sure that this is bought. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I shall see you tomorrow for Best in Show Day, and that'll probably be our last live stream of this nature. My intention after that is to go back to doing some tests, so we'll probably do some tests with rented ships after that, and maybe a roundup of the hull of IAE. But do join me tomorrow, and this is Torp Rasilo saying see you soon in the first.